We're all energetically connected together. And that's why manifestation is so good, because it works with energy. It works with our frequency. And I believe, like you, we're here to love, to be loved, and we are loved.
Hey everyone, it's Tamara Thompson with Women Unlocking Wealth, and I'm here with my co-host Danielle.
Hey everybody.
And we're super grateful for our next guest who took the leap just to fly in for the day for this wonderful interview. Edith Espinola, she's a manifestation coach and an incredible human being, and we're so grateful to have you here today.
Thank you, Tamara. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I'm so glad that you just like hopped a flight. I literally wrote you, I was like, I know you want to come over here for the day.
And I thought, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Have that effect on people.
You do.
Well, we're super grateful for you to be here. And one of the things about Women Unlocking Wealth is we want to bring it more awareness to women out there that they have what it takes to do these things when you're unlocking not just your mindset or your wealth or things in your business or life. Like, you want to follow this trajectory of doing things much bigger in life.
Yes.
And by taking that decision to come over here, you're just allowing more opportunities to happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as I was saying earlier, that I just thought, well, jumping over for the day, that's what women of wealth do. So I'm going to do it.
Yeah. And, a lot of people might think, if they're not at that point in their life or business, or maybe they haven't really had the mindset quite shift there, but they know they want to do something like that. I think the majority of people out there just would love to be like, hey, I'm going to go hop over here for the day and, have this great conversation as well. And so we're trying to encourage women to think a little bit differently. When you want something in life, you go after it.
Yes.
You figure out what you need to do to go after it. If it's opening a business or a franchise or a legal firm or, whatever it is out there that you're doing, it's important to just be like, well, let's make those steps to make it happen. Even if they're baby steps, they might not be jumping on a plane tomorrow. But I think that's one of the things that we want to encourage more people to think about. What is that step that's going to get them to do that next action?
Yes.
I know with what you do is super powerful when you coach women and other people on the side of the power of manifestation.
Yeah.
And I think manifestation is so powerful. If you've ever created a vision board, I mean, that is just one example of manifestation.
Yes.
Right. And Danielle and I created a vision boards for ourselves, 4 years ago or so?
Yeah, it's been a while.
So we ended up finding these vision boards recently. And I literally was like, everything on this board has happened and some. And this was upper level than what was actually on the board. But it's you're setting those intentions out there to make those things happen. And so it's every few years we'll do a vision board as well. And so what have you seen with that? Do you do vision boards?
That's how I started. That's kind of how I got into it, is that I did a vision board. And on my vision board, I had put all of these things. One of them was to be stronger, to speak in front of an audience, to sell a certain sales volume. And I found my vision board a few years later, maybe 5 years later, and every single thing had been accomplished. Everything had been hit. And I thought, oh, I am more powerful than I think.
So what do you think is, okay, basically we had these vision boards, but we didn't put it on our wall. We literally just shoved it in a closet and we never looked at it for 4 years.
Yeah.
But it still came true. But why is that? For you as well, it seems like you didn't have it in plain sight, right?
Yes.
So why were we able still to accomplish it?
It's because of all of the energy and intention you had while you were putting the vision board together. You were looking into yourself and you were thinking, what is it that I want to create? What's going to make me happy? And did you guys cut pictures out of magazines?
It took a while.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's
and we
part
printed
of the
stuff off the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And that's part of the process, is that while you're searching, you're picking, and the universe is hearing you. They're like, oh, all of that intention, all of that energy, and this is what you chose. So this is what the energy was going towards. So I used to do vision board workshops, and it was really cool because I would talk about, oh, this is manifestation, figure out what you want. And then when everybody started to get into creating their vision board, the room became quiet and everybody was focused and the energy was just so beautiful. And so it's the intention of the focus and energy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. So what does it look like when somebody comes in, they want to work with you? Like, what are the processes you take them through?
So they say, I want to do something like, I'm not happy in my job. What do I want? How do I change that? Or, I want to buy a new house. How do I do that? Or I don't know what to do. I just know that I'm not happy. So one of the first things that we do is we sit down and I ask them, what do you think is important to you? And I use the word think because we're all kind of programmed in the very beginning of what we should be thinking, like who we should be, what we should want, what we should, right? And so when I get to them and I'm like, oh, what is it that you want? Who do you see yourself now? And then who do you see yourself becoming? That's really important because when we start to talk about who they see themselves becoming, we talk about what they like, who they are, what they want, what they don't like.
Then they're unlocking the ability to see more for themselves.
Yes, they're unlocking their awareness of their self. And so the process is about having self-mastery, learning more about yourself, because the more that you understand yourself, the more you understand others. And so when you can understand others, that's a leg up for you, because then like, oh, do I really want to be friends with this person, or do I really want to work with this person just because you know who you are? So understanding and being aware of who you are and what you want is like the very first thing. Then we start to talk about what their beliefs are. Like, what is it that they believe about, this job that they want? Why do they want it? Why do they want to become a realtor, right? And it's like, once I figure out, like, I listen to what they're saying, and I think it's because of my intuitive ability that things just kind of like fall into place. And then I can ask the questions to where then they find the answers themselves, because finding your own answer is more powerful than having someone tell you. So that first meeting is really about learning who they are and what they want, and they're the ones who are doing the learning.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
It sounds like you've worked with some people that maybe they're just kind of stepping into the idea of manifestation. What about individuals that already have the power of manifestation, but they are wanting more?
Right.
Like when we always talk about wanting more, but it's because the more that you create in the world and the universe, the more you're opening up opportunities, the more impact you're doing, the more wealth you're building, the more people you're helping, the more jobs you're providing. Like, we're always like, we want more, we want to do more, we want to help more. Like, what if you were to work with somebody that's at that scope? What would you say to that individual that's like, I know I have more to do? Maybe they've already started working with manifestation. They see the power in it. What would you tell them to expand their next big jump?
So if they still want more and they haven't achieved it yet, then there's the possibility that they're coming up against their limiting beliefs. Right? They haven't gone past the limiting beliefs to achieve what it is that they want. So then we start working on, well, what are your beliefs? And why do you think that you're not achieving what it is that you want? So you say that you want more. Now we paint the new picture. What does that new picture want? Because that's now
here comes the
our
new
goal.
Vision board.
Exactly, right? The new vision board. And making sure that, I understand what they want so I can help them. And as they're talking about things, then like we can address what their limiting beliefs are, because they pop up. Once you're like, well, I want more. What do I need to do? And how do I need to get there? And just asking, what do you think is stopping you?
So
and it's that whole deep dive
into, and also giving that accountability, and even like maybe like you have a framework that you walk them through as well, maybe.
Yes,
So.
yes, I do. So the framework is, we have that first initial meeting of finding out who they are and what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And then we create steps. But before we create the steps, the first thing that I do is I ask them to get into gratitude, because gratitude is going to shift your frequency, right? And frequency of joy and love, that is going to bring more to you. The universe is going to say, this person is a beacon of light. They're in joy. What is it that they want? And the universe will start to bring it to you. So having a gratitude journal helps them to see what it is that's important, what it is that they're grateful for, that they're happy about, and it starts to make them more aware as they go through their day. They start to recognize more things to be grateful for, because, the first thing is like, well, if I write a gratitude journal, it's going to be the same thing over and over again. My kids, my house, my partner, my job, my relationship, all of that. Right. And it's like, yeah, but you can't repeat anything. You could say it in a different way. Right? Like, I'm grateful for, like for you guys, like, I'm grateful for my relationship with my partner, right? Like, that could be in the very beginning, because that's like solid, that. But then, like, maybe in a couple of weeks, it's like, well, how do I say that again? Right?
I'm saying it every day anyway. Right?
Exactly, right? And it's like, and so it requires them to dig a little bit deeper. And as they dig deeper, they're learning more about what's important to them, because now they could write down in the journal, like, I'm really grateful for the way that Danielle makes a cup of coffee for me.
I do that, actually.
You do? You really?
How'd you know?
That's so great.
You're so psychic.
I asked the service person, please and thank you. A coffee, please.
Right. See? And I love it. I had no idea. That's so funny.
That is funny.
But see, that's how it goes. It's like little things like that.
I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
We have a gratitude jar, and I got this maybe like 7 years ago, and I absolutely love it. But basically, like, every morning you put a little gratitude card in the jar, and so like when my family came to visit, my grandpa, my grandma, like all my relatives put it in the jar. My grandpa actually passed away 2 months after. Oh. So I go back through that jar and I just read the cards and see their handwriting and experience it. It's so special. Yeah. Don't make me cry. You're going to make me cry. But the whole gratitude thing is like, no matter where you're at in life, like even when because I came from a really poor family background. Mm-hmm. And so it was like, even then, expressing what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for a roof over my head.
Yes.
And that just, and then like even at the level we're at now is like, if we didn't express that gratitude every single day, we would get bored. Like, we're at 7 figures, but then it's like when we hit 8 figures, we're not going to give I'm not say a curse word.
Say whatever you want.
But we're not going to give a crap about like it if we're not showing daily gratitude.
Right.
Because then we're just keep pushing for more and more and more, but then having no fulfillment. So what happens when you get to the peak and you're so unfulfilled? And so like, yeah, I agree with you with like the gratitude practice is so important.
Absolutely. Right. And it's like when you get to the peak, then it's like if you're continuing to do the gratitude journal, then you're not just at the peak and like so many people, right? Like you achieve your goal. And it's like, well, what else? What else is there? And is this it? Right. But when you're going there from gratitude, it's like, wow, I'm so grateful that I achieved something that I said that I wanted to do. And so then it's like, well, what else can I do? How high can I fly? Right?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like in a way of the gratitude jar. But also like one of our clients sent you that cool like affirmations deck. Mm-hmm. So it's like a calendar, affirmations calendar. So like each day you like rip it up into the next day and has like a cool affirmation that keeps everything like positive. So you start your day positive because there's people out there, they're like, oh, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm like, well, then turn over and let's start the day over. Because like it really is that side too. And that will slow down anybody's manifestation or goals to unlock different parts. And so I think it's really important. Like no matter what you're going through in life, everyone's going through something. it's important to acknowledge that you can shift your mindset and your positivity factors as well. Because I know if I don't have that coffee, in that morning, then I might be on that wrong side of that bed, and then my coffee, right? But you know what I mean. But really, it is setting those intentions, but setting positive factors, doing words of affirmation.
Yes.
Can we go even deeper though? What?
Oh, please do.
Yes.
So your big thing is joy and, being grateful with where you're at in your life. You said one other word though, love.
Mm-hmm.
And I strongly believe that we're here on earth to be loved and to find love and to love other people no matter our differences.
That's our main purpose on life.
I think so. But what do you think?
I'm getting goosebumps.
Okay.
The main purpose here is to love. We are love.
Energy and love. That's right. Energy and love, right?
Yes.
We're all energetically connected together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why manifestation is so good, because it works with energy. It works with our frequency. And I believe, like you, we're here to love, to be loved, and we are love.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That gives me goosebumps.
Mic drop.
Let's not drop these mics.
Yeah, not these mics.
Yeah, no, I think it's really someone, who was it that said that to us recently about we're here on Earth to experience love.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it's one of our callings are. I'd say
something.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because that gratitude jar that you have, I bet you when your family members put their gratitude in there, they really touched into their heart and really wrote what they needed to and wanted to. Because a lot of people don't normally do that on a daily basis. They don't normally say, oh, Tamara, I'm so grateful for, your kindness and the way that you just accept me, right? People don't normally say that, but if you tell them, this is a gratitude that we want you to write, then they really look
private
inside.
Until 365 days later when we dump them all out and read them all.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah, that's what we do. So we collect them all for 365 days. And at the end of the year, we'll go in and read all the things that we're grateful for.
Oh, my
And so
God.
then when her family put things in, then we went back and we saw all the cool things they said, I'm grateful for Danielle. I'm grateful for this.
Tamara.
And Tamara. Yes, they said. Yeah. I don't want to take the limelight. but yeah, so it was.
They went deeper in the cards.
Yeah, and it brings tears to our eyes,
it's
too.
It's
Absolutely.
interesting with families that don't verbally tell their children, I love you. And I was talking to a gal recently. She was raised by two autistic parents.
Yes.
And so she never really got that amount of love or affection or physical touch or anything. And so if you are you have these people in your space, you're you're in my house, you're going to fill out a gratitude card. No, I'm not saying it like that. But I'm I would be grateful if you filled out a gratitude card of what you're grateful for today and just drop it in the box. You never know what type of words are going to be put on that paper. And then it really is, it is memorable. And I love doing it. So.
Right. It's just so beautiful. And then you guys had mentioned affirmations, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So affirmations, that's speaking directly to your subconscious. Your subconscious is going to believe anything you tell it. And our life is run by our subconscious, right?
100%.
Yeah. So when we're little and we learn something, we hold that in our subconscious. And because it's in our subconscious, we believe it to be true. And because we believe it to be true, we believe it as a belief. Right? When I was little, my dad said, you're lazy, because I got things done fast. So for the majority of my life, I kept thinking, I'm lazy, but I'm actually efficient.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Once I learned that, then
I
it
do
was
love efficiency.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's so good. And so it's the shortest way from point A to point B. I could get you there. I could get you there, and we'll have fun while we're doing it. Right.
Love it.
So the brain, at the base of our brain, we have there's a reticular activation system. And what that is it helps you to focus on what it is that you want and that your subconscious wants, right? So if you're doing an affirmation of saying, I am worthy of achieving my next goal, whatever that may be. Like, I am worthy of buying a new car because I know you just recently bought one, right? Right, exactly, right? I love that. We're always worthy.
Always.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start using that now.
Yeah. But everybody's always worthy of anything. Like,
yes.
I think people need to unlock that mindset thing too. I think a lot of people think they have those limiting beliefs of like that they're not worthy. And I think all women out there need to understand that they are worthy.
Yes.
You don't think that you're never worthy. Everybody's worthy of anything great.
Right. And that is definitely one of the biggest issues that women have. Myself included. I've had to work through that. I know.
You are worthy.
Exactly. Well, that's why I'm like, I'm taking that. Yeah. It's one of the biggest issues, right? Is that a lot of women believe that they're not worthy for one reason or another, whatever that may be, right?
It is just a limiting belief, though.
Exactly.
It's not truth in any sense.
Yeah. Exactly. And the limiting belief is what it is that, we're working on, right? Yeah. Like, so you look at what the limiting belief is, and then you have your affirmations, which keep telling your subconscious that that's the truth. So whatever your affirmation is, make it a positive, make it in the present, and make it what you really want, right? Yeah. And then your brain is going to help you to find it, right? That's the reticular activating system, RAS, R-A-S. And it's, an example of that is wanting to buy a red car. Going in the market and wanting to buy a red car, you start to see red cars everywhere.
You know, those I was told this, that a red, meaning it's the bottom of your chakra.
Your root chakra.
Yes. And so you're grounded.
Yes.
Like, so those that are attracted to red cars are actually very grounded.
Yes.
So I know you drive a red car too.
I do. I do. I've had 2 red cars now, and I'm like, should I go for a third?
I've had 3. This is the third.
You
so
do? Okay. I'm just grounded.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciated your conversation today. We're definitely going to have you back for a round 2 on
that
this.
sounds wonderful.
So we appreciate you just being here. For those of you that are watching, could you share a little bit about how they can connect with you and if there's anything you have coming up that is worth sharing?
Yes. So you can get a hold of me at my website, edithespinola.com. And I am working on a coaching program, a 90-day coaching program for manifestation. So if you go to my website, you'll find out more there.
Well, definitely go to her website. Not if, when.
Not if, when.
Go for the website. Definitely go connect with her. And those that are watching, please subscribe, ring that bell, leave a comment, and let us know how we're doing. And we'll see you in the next episode.